Welcome to Mango Bay. Today, I actually talked to Usama. He's been reading the Mahabharat. We go deep on the Mahabharat, and then we talk about cows, and then we talk about Indian Navy rescuing a bunch of Pakistani sailors. There's a lot of very funny stuff. Come on into the Patreon.
Mango Bay, Mango Bay. Mango Bay. Mango Bay. Mango Bay. Mango Bay. Mango Bay. Your Mango Bay.
For the exclusive content, don't forget to join our Patreon at patreon.com/mangobay.
Mango Bay.
And
Mama.
we are off to the races.
Shit. Okay, Mango Bay. Hello.
Welcome
Wow,
to
caught
Mango Bay.
me unawares.
It's okay, we're back. Thighs bared, my guy.
Oh, can they see my? Can they
Fucking
see
hear
these
it, dude.
Powerful thighs.
Beat your own thigh. Uncle your own self. You know what I'm saying? One-stop shop for South Asian recklessness. This is Mango Bay. We are two best boys, Usama Siddiquee.
Pranav Behari.
Two comics in New York City who bring the South Asian tamasha, the craziness, the ne'er-do-well energy.
We're just having fun here, guys.
We do it.
We're just having fun here.
As always.
If you're an anti-fun person, just find your way to some gay retarded podcast.
Sure.
It's not this one.
Sure. We're going to just get out the algorithm right now. Let me just say pussy queef then real quick.
Oh,
If we're out of that-
algorithms. Sorry, yes, algorithms. Of
If
course.
we're gonna go out, let's just go out with a bang.
Of course. I mean, I was trying to get into the gay retarded jet stream by saying that. That was my SEO.
Sure.
You know,
The Alex
I want to be
Jones-
right there with the Ben Shapiro podcast. You know,
He's a rapper now, by the way. So
He is
let's
a
just
rapper.
put some respect on his name, please. Not a bad one at that. I'll say that. He had some bars.
Yeah, his rap name is Skittle.
yeah. And I can see the rainbow because he's fucking gay. And yeah, he's got bars. He's got bars.
But I don't understand this whole thing of having bars.
He has bars,
And
and not just the ones he
outside
wants
of
to see.
freestyling. I don't like. It's like, yes, if you can sit there and pre-write something.
Yeah.
Anybody with a just moderate to decent verbal IQ
Yeah.
has bars, is my opinion. Okay, you know what? Forget it. I'm just saying. Okay,
You just shit on rap as an entire art form, right?
I love rap, obviously. I'm just like but saying Ben Shapiro has bars. It's
I'm
like
obviously kidding. I was also going to use it as a lead-in to, and not just the ones he wants to see black people behind.
Okay,
It was
good,
just a
good.
comma joke
good.
type thing.
Or Muslims.
Or Muslims.
Yeah, Muslims are his black people.
What about
in
the
terms of-
Mahabars?
Whoa.
Hey, anyway, before we get into it, patreon.com/Mango Bay. Get on the Patreon early access Discord server.
Archived episodes. We're going to be
episodes.
archiving some episodes now again
Some
soon.
more.
So
We giving y'all
you
too
should
much.
get on it now.
And then bonus content that's only available on Patreon. So you already know what's up. There's a little announcement for the Mango fans and for the anti-Islam ones too. This will make you feel good. I'm reading the Mahabharat now. Pranav told me to get
All my
the-
Hindutva boys out there, Garvapasi, about to go down.
I'm reading this. I'll
Okay.
say this, lighter than the Quran. I like that.
Well,
Less
you're reading
words.
this version. If I show you the actual translation out
God.
of my bookshelf,
I don't wanna-
Quran who? Okay? Quran, that's just like the preface.
Infinite, not jest. I don't want to. Infinite. So I'm excited to read this. Pranav is obviously like a, Hindu in the thing. Truly a believer, a lover
I'm a Hindu
of
nationalist.
the path.
I'm saffron.
He's saffron. And I'm saffroff.
You're saffron.
I'm saffroff a little bit, trying to get my saffron.
I always say you're a crypto Hindu.
I love Hinduism, dude. I say this all the time. As I wear my ISIS overcoat.
Yeah. You look like you're about to check to see if I'm circumcised or not before you fucking kill me.
One guy checks it for too long.
Yeah,
They're like, hey, Hamad,
exactly.
are you done yet there? Yes,
On
yes. I'm
second
just
thought, I might be Hindu. After all, I think I might be into Sanatana Dharma.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's a quick look. What's gay? When does it become gay? When you're checking the
Then
the
it's
dick.
like, I have to do an oral inspection.
taste test. So anyway, I'm reading this book. I'm excited. What I've learned so far, I'm gonna try to maybe just give you like what I learned that week. I'm just
Okay.
getting
Well,
in.
you're still in the intro or the preface.
But
right?
like what things that have come out to me. So there was two sons of a king, right? Pandu,
Pandu,
and
Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra,
They
yeah.
all had kids, but Dhritarashtra was blind.
He was blind.
So they went to the second kid, to
Pandu,
Pandu
who
for
was sickly.
Sickly, but then he got exiled to the forest, right?
Well, he self-exiled to the forest.
Why?
Yeah. Oh shit! You know, I'm forgetting actually this specific detail of why he did.
Because he had the kids there. He had the Pandavas there.
He had
right?
the 5 Pandavas there.
Who were hotties, apparently.
I'm trying to remember now why he exiled to the forest. It was some vow of some sort or whatever, right? But do you know how they came to be blind and sickly, respectively?
Oh, I didn't know this. No.
Okay, this is amazing.
Exciting.
Because, and I think their father's name was
Watch out, bro. This is
Vichitrias or
you're going in
something
now.
like
You're going
that.
in. Be careful.
But
You don't want to get the hey buddies.
their mother was not able to conceive, and she needed to, right? Because she
right.
was the queen. She
Sure.
needed to give birth to some sons. And so what did they do? They were like, okay, well, we have to call in Ved Vyas, who is actually the author of the Mahabharat.
Yeah, yeah.
Vyas is the author of the Mahabharat, all 18 Puranas.
But written
and
by
the compiler of
Ganapati.
the Vedas. The Mahabharat was scribed by Ganapati. He was
Ganapati.
the amanuensis, as they say, right?
Amanuensis, whatever the fuck that is. It means scribe.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the story is that Ved Vyas, who was the author of all these texts, was also in the family. He was
I
like a
didn't know this.
grandsire.
Okay,
Yes.
wow.
He was a
wow.
grandsire,
Oh.
also known as Krishna de Panya,
Uh-huh.
means the black or the dark,
Sure.
and I think of the marsh maybe.
Does Krishna mean black?
Krishna means black or dark skin.
Whoa.
That's why there's 3 seminal characters from the Mahabharata.
Whoa.
No,
So why do Indians hate black people?
They don't. That's an addition, I think, of maybe the Mughals and then the
Oh,
British.
perhaps.
Yeah, that's where the real
It's
colorism
definitely still out
comes
there.
in.
I'm telling you, it's not, I don't care where it originated.
Yeah, it hasn't stopped. That's true.
I know where it started, but
It's-
I know where it's ending, though. It's definitely
just
still in
grown.
India.
But the 3 seminal characters are known as Krishna, right? Obviously,
right.
Lord Krishna himself,
Right.
Govinda,
Right.
Draupadi, the hottest, the baddie.
The baddie with the 5
wife
husbands.
who's married to all 5 Pandavas. She's also dark.
Right.
And then Krishna Dvepanya,
They're
who
all-
is Ved Vyas.
This is the Hall of Black Fame.
So,
Early ancient Black Hall of Fame.
I mean, Lord Rama was also dark,
Okay.
too. There are many dark characters, right? So, the whole thing is Ved Vyasa was not very good looking, right?
Okay, interesting.
So he was kind of a hideous dude.
Uh-huh.
And so they were like, well, listen, there's only one person who can give you sons. We're going to have to bring in Ved Vyas.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to conceive the sons with
But
him.
he's not a baddie. He's not even hot.
He's not hot.
And the queen is not like excited about this.
So, well, one of the queens sees him, and the whole time she has her eyes
Oh,
clenched shut
God.
completely. It was kind of like holding her nose and just having to eat it, right?
Vegetables.
And so her son, Dhritarashtra, was blind.
Okay. Because if you don't enjoy fucking,
Yeah.
then they conceived. Oh, because she was closing her eyes because she didn't want to
Yes,
see him,
yes.
and then the child
Yes,
came
and
out.
so the child came out blind. And then Bandu's mother saw it, but was like kind of cringing and got kind of pallid and sick.
So other kid had leprosy. Or something
So her kid came out sickly and pallid. Yeah,
This is amazing.
there's something to that.
It's incredible.
You know?
This is incredible.
I agree. I agree.
Also, if you were eating while fucking, then they came out fat.
You came out fat.
Fat.
That's how it works.
If you fucking at night, they came out, a little urban. That's hilarious beyond all measure. Wait, so, and then the kids were all kind of weird, but so the grandsons, whatever, came back to Hastinapura, right?
Hastinapur, yes.
They came back, and the blind guy's sons were very mean to them.
He has 100 sons.
100
known
sons, and they're
collectively
all-
as the Kauravas.
They
yes.
all shit on the Kauravas
Yeah.
versus the Pandavas, but the
Yeah.
Pandavas were all shit on
Yes.
when they got back in there.
Yes, they were.
And then, but they were all like noble, like even while getting shit on, they were still like, we're strong.
Well,
Or
yes, they were, generally speaking, but you can't ignore the fact that Bhima, Vrikodar, the wolf-bellied one, son of
Yes,
Vayu,
yes.
right, son of the wind god, was extremely big and strong, and he was a bit of a bully to Duryodhan and Dushasana a little bit.
Okay.
Who were the 2 eldest of the Kaurav brothers.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of animosity there between them.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of it kind of started, because Bhima was undeniably just so powerful and huge, and they tried any which way to kill him, and
Right,
even as a kid, and he
Yeah.
could withstand anything. You know, they poisoned his food, and he just
Yeah,
kept
yeah,
eating.
yeah.
He just took a nap after, stuff like that, right? Like the thing with him is one
guy's
time they
amazing.
poisoned him while they were all having like a picnic down by a
yeah,
river.
yeah.
They poisoned him with a bunch of food, and it just took him going into a nap. And they thought, oh, okay, he's dead. Let's roll him into the river.
Just floated.
Bhima goes into the river. What happens? He wakes up underwater, and he gets found by the Nagas, the Serpent Kings.
Sure.
And ends up meeting them, and he ends up marrying one of their daughters.
The snake daughters.
Yeah,
Whoa.
a snake princess.
Okay. Sounds hot.
Bhima had some definitely kinky tastes. One of his other wives was a Rakshasa queen.
Okay, so demonic queen.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
I think her name was Hidimba. And she gave
That's
son
where the
to one
term
of the
hideous comes
one of the greatest heroes in the Mahabharata, his son Gatotkacha, who was a
Okay.
gigantic Rakshas who had a head that looked like a pot, and that thus he was named that.
The pot, by the way, imagery of the anthropomorphic pot comes back in Dark Souls, by the way.
Nice.
There's pot warriors.
Okay.
Also, Naruto, the anime, all the terms are basically terms you can find in this book.
They're all like dharmic terms.
It's all
and
dharmic
shit,
terms.
Hindu terms.
The way they bastardize it would probably piss you off a little bit.
I don't mind. It's all a tribute.
They all use.
Asia would be nothing without us.
You're welcome,
Okay.
dude. You're welcome, Singapore. Anyway, so the thing that really blew my mind was Duryodhana challenged them to a dice game, the Pandavas,
Yes.
and whooped their fucking ass.
Well,
but, like,
Yudhishthira
secretly-
specifically.
Yes, but it was like not copacetic the way he won.
Well, he had his uncle,
Yeah.
Shakunni, who is from Gandhara, which is now in Afghanistan. Kandahar, they call it there now.
That's where Gandu comes from.
Yeah, it's where Gandu comes from.
Gandu is directly
And
from that.
he was a
big
very
dick guy.
clever, shrewd guy, Shakunni. And he had magical dice that he used to beat Yudhishthira time and
Classic.
time again. And interesting fact about the dice, they were made from the bones of his own father.
Whoa.
So they were magical dice, which would give him whatever number he willed them to.
And that was the first and last supportive Indian father
Yeah.
of all time.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
It was after that, it was pretty much, you're stupid. First of all, amazing. Then they lose this dice game. And is the impetus of the...
Twice. It
Twice.
was twice. Because after the first one
Yeah.
where they take everything and
then-
Draupadi is humiliated,
Oh, God.
right, in a really
Yeah.
horrid fashion by Dushasana and Duryodhan.
Oh, no.
Finally, Dhritarashtra has to put a stop to it because
Yeah.
he himself has some noble qualities.
Yeah.
And he says, this whole game is null and void. Everything is restored to how it was. All bets are off.
Okay.
But then Shakunni's like, Yudhishthira's fatal flaw is he's addicted to gambling, even though he's not good at it.
Oh,
So they called him back for a second time.
Jesus Christ, man.
I know.
He's an idiot.
This is the guy who's supposed to be the wisest of them.
Yes. But now even the wisest man has a vice.
Yes,
has a
exactly.
problem.
He was supposed to be the son of Dharma itself, the son of Yama, of death,
You know, some it's dice game, some it's pussy.
I know.
You know?
Exactly. For Bhima, it was food.
He couldn't die from poisoning.
Yeah, I think Nakal and Sahadev were maybe the pussy hounds. A little
Okay,
bit.
got you.
They were like the really good-looking ones.
They were going
the
out there.
twins. Yeah,
And this is back in the day. This is like sexy India. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's fucking.
yeah,
People are fucking.
yeah. It's pre-skinny fat India.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
There's no slim thick. It's just thick out here, baby. People out here getting fed. Okay, and so this dice game was the basically inciting incident for the entire war. This started everything, right?
I would say actually, arguably yes, because that's when the enmity, the
Because
kind
they
of
got exiled again.
the irrevocable enmity, because of the humiliation of Draupadi, Bhima made a vow then and there. Because Duryodhan said, "You have to come sit on my lap."
Draupadi had to sit on Duryodhan's lap.
Yeah, because they get Yudhishthira gambled her away, right?
Damn!
He gambled her away,
And that's sex, basically, right?
you know. And Bhima made a vow then and there, I'm going to break your thighs and I'm going to drink your blood.
Hey, yo.
So, there's no going back from that.
Whoa.
What you'll learn about this book and about the Mahabharata, which is very funny and frustrating at times, is that it's all of this could have been settled if Bhishma had just taken the throne early on.
Okay, right. This seems like a little petty. All this shit is very petty.
Well, it's all vows based.
Yes.
And it's all based on various pieties and devotions to your parents.
Right.
There's like, oh, Father, I'll do this for you. I vow. Bhishma's like, I vow to never come, basically. Thus, now we have to have all these other losers come in and be the kings and right?
Right.
And so everybody's making these vows, and vows are extremely powerful.
Right.
And they have a magic quality to them.
When you say, I vow this.
I vow this, that means you better fucking do it.
Okay, right.
So it's all the inciting incidents of it are based on vows that you make.
I vow to get head today.
Okay, well, you better hold to that.
Fuck.
Yeah, Joe, get over here.
Joe,
gotta earn that camera
it's just
spot.
for Hindu. It's just for so I don't get cursed.
I want some more of that Patreon money then.
How much do you think your head is worth, Joe? How good do you think you are, baby? Well, dude, that's what I'm saying. Is like
Joe's
this.
the official Mango Bay squad neck.
Squad neck, baby. Squad neck.
He's been promoted from pedophile to squad neck.
Which we love.
Which we love.
Squad neck tier S.
Yeah.
So what blows my mind is that this is like kind of like a very divinely magical realism book, but it's like not realism at all. It's like magical book, but it's like random mundane things or have vast consequences. I didn't see that coming. I thought it was gonna be like they're on like I was thinking more of like a Greek mythology thing where like they're on a cloud in the mountains, but really they're like in a forest. There's like a dice game
these
happen.
are all in real places.
This is like some real shit.
Yeah, so this is
which is blowing my mind.
A lot of this stuff is happening in various
Right.
parts of North India, Afghanistan, what's now Pakistan.
But that's what's blowing my mind is that, in the Greek mythology, what I thought it was going to be, Greek mythology is very like, in the sky, there's a guy.
Right.
It's a goat guy making tools. And here it's like, dude, hey, there, like a serpent guy got fucked by a bitch. And you're like, in that river? Yeah, go wash in it. That's what I love about this shit. It's like, it's like all there. It's all still fucking there.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
It
dude.
is.
That's what really is
well,
rewarding.
you see, this is what you have to understand about why Hindus are so jungly when it comes to being like, this is a Hindu land. Because
it's still here.
all the oldest tales are very deeply rooted to the land,
It is true. And, when someone names something Aligarh, it's not in the Quran, Aligarh.
Right.
So that's a Mughal invention. And so now we're like, but this has the fucking pre-Aligarh, on it. So I'm not saying it's like, you should like break down mosques or anything, obviously. 2 pages in, I'm like, burn them all. I get it.
You just looked at the cover. You're like,
This is fun. Way better than dark green. Ew. No, I'm enjoying it. It's going to be super fun. I'm already just like excited. I'm giddy just reading it. This guy, he looks almost Bengali. This guy. I like him.
I think he might be South Indian, like Tamil maybe. But,
I think he's Yatamo. Yeah.
But yeah, very smart guy.
Because Chakraborty is like name of every Bengali ever.
Yeah.
Chakraborty Rajagopalachari, phenomenal. Just like the way he talks about it in the prefaces is beautiful, dude. He's just like
No, he's of that old class of human beings where they're polymaths and they're very smart and they know about everything. And they speak 10 languages.
Well, I feel like you have to be born into some money to have that. Like,
I mean, probably.
right?
Yeah.
To just like have the time to learn Portuguese. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
Right?
It's like, I guess Goa was Portuguese. So
Or
maybe
whatever.
that's the
I'm saying
reason.
whatever. It's like a
Yeah,
placeholder
okay.
for whatever languages they'd be learning or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's how Nehru got pussy most of the time. He would just like speak to them in their language.
They're like, hello, love.
Hello.
What's it? Mountbatten, is it?
Oh yeah, you look good in it. I'd like to mount that baton, if you know what I mean.
Call me Viceroy. Call me Viceroy.
Call me
hey.
Viceroy.
Hi, love.
Oh God. Our partition was quite divided, if you know what I mean. Anyway. So I'm loving it, dude. Excited to read it. Thanks for recommending this. I'm getting into it.
Yeah, I mean the actual big version, which I have honestly not gotten through. It's 5 volumes and it's like 1,000 pages each. It's insane.
When did you read this?
This
is
I
like
read when I was
as
a
a
kid.
kid.
I read this when I was like a very young child, and this is actually what informed my verbal IQ. I think a great deal.
Dude, the kids who were like, I can't wait to read the Quran, we would like throw dirt clods at.
Yeah, I mean,
You know?
well, this isn't like the Quran, right?
Yeah.
This is a sweeping tale, and it's
This is Arabian Nights.
this is a lot of adventure, and there's a lot of amazing shit happening. Like I was so impacted by this book that
Yeah.
because you'll see that people get amazing weapons in the book by meditating. So I would go out in the forest behind my house, and there was like a little slope. There was like a little hill, and I would think, and it would snow, and I would think I'm in the Himalayas, and I would go up there, and I would like try and meditate, hoping to get like a weapon.
Holy shit. And all you found was like one dirty sandal. You're like, I guess that's
one
level,
chappa.
that's level 1.
Yeah.
Dude, that's amazing. So you'd like, how long would you meditate? This is like a 3-hour
I would just be up there however long my punk ass could do it, But I used to always like meditate as a kid. I didn't even know how. I would just like sit in front of a picture of the God and just like.
That's an amazing thing I don't know any of my friends.
But it's such a school shooter motivation.
That's
Like,
what
give
I'm
me a
saying,
weapon.
dude. Yeah.
Give me a weapon.
But also, you were like, before that, you were jacking off 8 times. And you're like,
Oh, this is pre-jack off era, by the way.
Oh, got you.
I'm like 7, 8 years old.
Right.
And I remember reading the Mahabharat. I would fake sick so I could stay home and read it. I used to fake sick to stay home and read.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I never did that. I would fake sick to watch Jerry Springer.
Also good.
I was a very big Jerry Springer fan.
I did. It's not that I didn't take some Springer breaks.
I was big on Springer.
Yeah, I would definitely take some Springer breaks for sure.
My dream was to become the Maury cameraman.
Yeah.
Growing up, 'cause I loved how he followed them.
That
man had a track and field proclivity. This man could run, and these women would run across the lots. Always there.
The like life-ruining camera. The moment you zoom in on a guy's face when it is his baby.
There was one where the woman started breaking down, and he just like panned down. This cameraman was crazy. He always followed. He was always on the move. Yeah. They never escaped. This guy was omniscient and omnipresent. The Maury cameraman. He was my favorite guy growing up. I just loved those shows. I watched all of them.
Those are some heavy dreams you got there.
What's up, dude?
To be the camera guy?
Dude, I
only wanted to be the guy that held the cables for the camera guy. I'd unwind the camera.
And look at you now, producer.
I always dreamed of being the guy whose kid it was not.
Dude, I never saw it ever be the father. I realized I never saw an episode where it was the father. I
definitely did.
I never saw those.
What was more fake, you think? That book you read or Jerry Springer?
What book?
That you're talking about.
Hey, your mind, Joe? Shut the fuck up. Close the camera, Joe.
Oh, man. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Hey,
you're out of here, Joe.
I didn't mean to say. I didn't sanction
you're
that.
out of here,
buddy.
Joe's never read a book in his life. Name a book that you've read, Joe.
He's actually mad.
My Side of the Mountain.
Classic.
James Baldwin.
I don't know.
No.
I just said the first thing I thought of.
Listen, I gave Joe this book.
Yeah.
The most recent Alex Jones book.
How do you always have this at the hand's length?
It's always at arm's length.
Reminds me of how do you always have this?
He couldn't even read this.
He has a holster made.
This is written for a 5-year-old.
Which reminds me.
Okay. It's like one step above hieroglyphics.
What's Jesus Christ? What's the black guy's name who does Reading Rainbow? But
LeVar Burton.
LeVar, but like the Pranav version. It's like all these like dangerous like literature. Hey kids.
Now into Mein Kampf. Kids.
Hey kids, Mein Kampf.
But don't take my word for it.
Mein Kampf couldn't be possible without.
Don't hold this up while saying Mein Kampf.
Mein Parata.
Yeah.
From viewers like you, thank you. Hilarious. I didn't do. This is the 7th time.
You know why?
Has inexplicably.
We were talking about it a few episodes ago, and I just had it there.
Joe, let's chill on that. This is like legitimately one of the most fine, powerful. Read the preface by this guy. This guy loves this book more than anything. He says stuff like, "If you don't read this book, in fact, you cannot really live." Like real deep shit he's saying.
Yes.
I didn't say it was bad. I just said there probably wasn't a snake woman in the water.
So here's the thing. This is the mind of one completely extirpated and deracinated from any spirituality.
This is the Buffalo, New York mindset.
He lives on a purely material level. He doesn't understand the various timelines that are actually existing.
Y'all worship a buffalo. How about that?
That's why they named it that.
Okay, so how about that?
How about Buffalo. I guess we're here.
Hey.
I guess we're here.
Okay, so let's just chill out on the what exists, what does not exist.
On the way home to Harrisburg, PA, where I'm from, there is a Charlottesville.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is where Joe's grandfather came to settle. No.
It was the first chart ever recorded. And it was on a runaway, of course.
Well, I'm happy that you're reading the Mahabharat, and
Bro, I don't know where the impetus is. Part of it's you, part of it's to be a good thinker in a lot of ways if you don't like consume the most important works of basically all the cultures you can. You don't know what the world's really built on.
It's true.
And I think the religious books are the first easy way to start as like, what is a nation's conscience? What is the texture of a nation's thoughts? And I think, India, Pakistan, Bengal, the holy books, and these books are kind of what still fucking affects the thinkers of today.
I mean, we're highly dramatic people, and
know?
everybody in these books are extremely dramatic.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm reading the Valmiki Ramayana, and Lord Ram every 10 minutes is just like,
But it's like so real too. It's like, and then on 8 horses we played carom.
yeah.
For the future of the universe. I'm like, this is fucking the shit. This is like what I wish I read instead of the Odyssey. You know what I'm saying? Like
And
the
the
Odyssey
and the Iliad are both great books.
they're
too.
great. I was too young to enjoy them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I like the Cyclops part. That was cool.
Yeah.
How'd he win again? Oh yeah, he Odysseus made himself a sheep or something. He was like hiding in the sheep.
Yes, he hidden sheep.
And then the guy took him up, and then he had a little like headshot.
He poked him in the eye
Poke,
with a spear, I
quick poke,
think.
right?
Yeah,
And then that
with a
was it.
fiery spear.
Right. But he was gone for I think a couple of years. So it took him like 7 years to think of the sheep trick.
Right, yeah.
He was
yeah.
just like, what the fuck do I do?
This is the most clever man in all of
all
Greece, too.
time. And he's like, what do I do? Sheep. That book was crazy.
This is an incredible book. And one last story, or
Yeah,
factotum,
go for
a little fact about this, no factotum. In the large actual translation, you'll see that the Mahabharat is actually a tale within a tale within a tale. It's actually being narrated around at this 12-year yagya ceremony. It's a whole thing, right? And
It'll reference it sometimes.
and it's being narrated or recited in front of the descendants of Arjuna.
Right.
Actually, right?
Right.
I think it's his grandson or something.
The How I Met Your
And
Mother.
so there's many different tales within tales. So one of the stories in it, though, that they're telling throughout all of this is the story of this young rishi who has to go on a mission for his guru to find his guru's wife's ring that she lost, right? I might have told you this story before, but it always blew my mind. And in the thing, he can't find it anywhere, and he's searching all around. He's traveling here and there to try and find it, and he's totally lost. And then all of a sudden, a bull stops him in the middle of the road, and the bull takes a huge shit.
Shartsville.
Okay, and he's on the road to Shartsville.
On the road to Shartsville.
And yeah, and this bull takes a huge shit in front of him, and he goes, "Eat the shit." And this rishi just eats the shit,
Why?
and then he's like magically transported to a different realm.
Called
And it's
diarrhea.
in that realm,
Diarrhea's-
called diphtheria, dysentery.
Called cholera. Yeah.
And he's transported to this new realm where he's able to eventually find the ring. And it is my speculation.
What the fuck?
It is my speculation that one of the
wild.
reasons why the cow is so revered in India is because of its many agricultural and nutritional uses. Right? They use the poop for fuel. Right? It's fertilization. The milk is for drinking. It's for ghee. An X number of different uses for the cow. I think one of the uses that they also hit upon was the use of cow shit to grow psilocybin mushrooms.
Ooh.
And so he was actually tripping.
Interesting.
Yeah.
My dad will give me the cow manure story once a month, where he used to make cow patties for the grill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was always, it's like the most nostalgic, as if he was playing catch with his son. And then I made patties to put cow shit for your mother, for my mother. It was my favorite memory of my old childhood.
We have a different relationship to poop.
I think I'm glad that I don't love that. I'm glad that's not one of my stories. But my dad will. That's like I think that'll be the last word he says before he dies. Cow shit, and then he'll die. He loves that story. Again, I think it's just the arrogance of like, look where I've come.
Yeah.
Look at me now.
He should be making cow patties.
He should be. You know what I'm saying.
Now I
Like,
got Patty making me
Dude.
cows. Whatever that means.
I mean, you feel good when you have a really good set. Imagine if you used to before the good set, you made cow shit patties and then you ate them or something.
Question: would they actually cook on the shit
No.
fire?
So it's like they burn the patties for fuel.
Right, but like,
'Cause-
would you grill food above the patties burning?
Yes.
Yes, you would.
Probably.
Wow.
You would. Dude.
Because if I grill meat over charcoal, you could taste the charcoal. You know?
Yeah.
So
I think there's a way to stop the shit from entering.
There's a process.
Yeah,
It's. I don't know if it's exactly like that, but listen,
they probably got to be
knows?
real dried out. Probably.
They're
Yeah.
extremely dried out. Yeah,
Pretty good
yeah.
point.
It's not a hot dump. It's not a hot dump. You're like, hey guys, quickly, fire's ready.
Dude,
Like,
I don't think it's like diarrhea being shoveled in. It's
Yeah.
like it's a dried cake. It's not like live wire.
Like Burger King has that charbroiled taste, you know.
Sharp broiled.
patties over patties.
It's sharp boiled.
Broiled.
Sharp boiled patties.
I don't know the science of the cow patty.
You know what?
though.
We have to learn this and we'll come back with it because Joe asked a very pertinent question.
He did.
The charcoal
He did.
is on the meat when
did.
you taste it.
He did. Joe did utilize the white cam very well.
That was a very good usage. That was a
Let me
very good
adjust
usage.
the white balance.
The white cam.
There's no white balance on that one. There's no way to unbalance that white. That's
That is a good question. I don't know.
like maybe they wouldn't use it on like birthdays or something than do actual patties.
Yeah.
Like today with no shit in our food. We'll see.
It's a very interesting relationship to shit in
Yeah.
the sense that, like, it's a cow. The cow is really just, it's a pure animal, and it's digesting grass, right?
Yeah.
And water, and it's coming out with something very useful.
Sure. But I'm saying like,
It's still shit.
I mean, cows smell bad without the shit. You know what I'm saying? If you want to add shit to it.
Horse shit, not that bad.
Even cow shit does not smell that bad.
Yeah, it's like you
know?
could step in.
No, cow shit. I used to milk cows in my in Bangladesh for months, and their shit smelled like shit. I don't know what propaganda you're trying to sell.
I mean,
here.
all manure has a sweet
Yeah.
odor to it.
Yeah. What?
It has manure
Yes.
has a sweet odor to it, like from animals, not from humans.
Sure.
This is not true. What are you guys talking about?
Listen, if you're out on like a farm or something somewhere, you smell. You know, it's a nice spring
Well,
night.
It's a sweet shit.
It's a sweet
Okay,
odor.
okay, fine. That's not, I wouldn't say sweet. It's more like a shitty shit.
No,
It's like a shitty shit.
Opposed to a human shit, which is more of a rusty.
okay.
Human. Okay, yeah, we're getting into it. But I used to milk a cow for my family back in Bangladesh, and when it shit, it was the worst experience of my life.
It would shit while you were milking it.
Yeah.
You know what it is too? It's also just your association with your own shit.
Right.
You know, and thus it's, we've had some epic episodes talking just about shit. We have an episode just about pooping. It's back in the archives.
There was one episode I actually had to put a toilet on the thumbnail.
Yeah, we had an episode that is all about shit. And it's actually, as I recall, it's actually a transcendent and
one of the
philosophical undertaking.
One of the smartest shit talks. Of
So
all
get
time.
on the Patreon so you can listen to that episode. It's very good.
I think it's one of the most unique pieces of content ever
Created.
devised. No, I'm not even
I
joking.
agree.
I'm not even joking. It was where we started, where we ended.
Yeah.
Speaking of shit,
Yeah.
was insane. It's all things Mango Bay. Y'all already know the fucking deal. Anyway, I'm excited to read this. Let's get into some stories. Today's story.
I think we should go to the Patreon for the stories.
Let's go to the.
Oh, shit. Well, we're talking about the Rahat Fateh Ali Khan.
Let's save that then for the
Houston.
next episode, and let's talk about for the Patreon. We'll meet you back there. Come on down. Let's talk about the back sailors. The pirates. Talk about the pirates getting owned by the.
But they
Indian
got
Navy.
rescued.
Yeah.
Well, pirates getting owned by the Indian Navy.
Come on down. What's that?
Your mango bay.